the next game is actually going to be really, really good because the next matchup was Pokrovac, right? And while he did, for the most time, make very solid decisions in game, like I think his ban decision was a huge oopsie.
Let's go back to the Mulligan here. So this is the start of me versus Pokrovac.
I'm also a bit surprised he queued deep in both matchups, like against Demacia as well.
Really? Deep Thrash is Demacia, right? Yeah.
I'm not too experienced
Hardcore.
on this matchup. Okay.
It's like a 65, maybe plus.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's like
if I recall correctly, his tech choices I consider to be a bit irregular.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, I'll agree with that. His tech choices might have made it a good bit below 65. What do you think of the Mulligan here against Deep?
Wait, can you replay? I was watching second screen.
Yeah,
so let's look at his list. So Aristocrat, Dredgers. I think I like keeping a Vilepheast due to opponent running 3 Jawl Hunters. Ledros is a keep for sure. Brute is a keep for sure. Whale, wait, was it a Whale?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a Whale.
Okay.
I kicked Violent Grasp.
Okay, yeah, Grasp you can kick for sure. I think I'd like keeping
Vial for the Jaw.
either.
Yeah, for the 3 Jaw. I like it. I like it. Makes sense.
Yeah, mainly for Jaw and flexibly for the Dredgers. Sure.
Flop 2 pair here. Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
you don't like these hands in this kind of card game.
Yeah, at least not yet. Like later on, double Ledros is actually going to be super valuable, but not yet.
Kind of always like classic Shadow Isles versus Shadow Isles Mirror. We're just stalling until we play big boys. Improve to a boat.
Easy bank mana. Question being, do you push 2 damage here? Opponent does run 0. He runs 0 Whales. He only runs 2 Vilepheasts. He runs 1 Grasp. I don't feel like this deck can be favored against Demacia. I'm not even gonna lie.
Really?
So all of his removal
maybe not
in
his
this deck.
version, yeah. So what do you think about this attack?
Weird. I think when I saw it on stream, I liked it. Just
Me too. I also liked it at the time.
Yeah, you being able to refill, like, since most spiders are most likely gonna get traded anyway, it doesn't really matter if there are 2 or 3 attack. Did you end up taking the block? I don't quite remember. I mean, there's no real point in not taking the block unless you top deck Elise.
God, did I win this game? This is a fucking awful hand.
Yeah, you won this game for sure. This is an insanely good hand as soon as you reach turn 8 or 9. No, he had a good start, but I think he kind of slowed down in the mid game as well. So you know he doesn't run Whale.
The fact that he is on 0 Whale, 0 Atrocity, and I think there was even a third 0 of, just allows me to play like so loose in like so many spots in this series.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's like no threats.
Right.
It's like you have Shadow Isles in this list, okay, for Maokai and stuff, but mainly for removal.
Yeah.
We
net out with Vi on 5. That feels great.
Yeah.
That improves the hand like crazy. I don't even mind this. 5 for 7. Let's go. Can you explain the spider attack? The 3 spider attack.
Yeah. Roll it back.
Yeah. Let me roll it back because it does look kind of weird.
Thing is, with him not having Whale, it doesn't make much of a difference whether you attack or not.
It's gonna end the same no matter what. These combats are always gonna happen exactly like this.
Now, okay, I'm trying to think about it more critically. If you do not attack and pop second Brute and then full swing on the next turn, if the chance for you to deal permanent damage is going to be higher. But the reason why this attack, like, on board state is equal to not attacking is that it doesn't matter if you attack with 3/1 spiders the following turn, because all of opponent blockers have either 2 or 4 health. So having 3 on anything doesn't improve your trades unless you top deck Vilepheast or Whale, which you probably wouldn't want to waste on like small garbagey minions like that.
Yeah, I think it.
Yes, but
if he has Whale, it kind of plays around with that a bit. Overall, I mean, because he doesn't, it truly just doesn't matter whether we attack there or not, right? It always ends the same.
It's super marginal. Might have been a bit better to not attack, knowing that opponent doesn't run Whale.
Oh yeah, he plays his big boy.
So pretty straightforward up to this point. You actually, So if Vengeance is going to be 100% of the time you play, you don't even wait for your opponent to attack. You don't even give him the option to like pass back in case he is on some serious 5-head shit.
He could just play a sea monster. He could
Or
play
that,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
0
right.
mana. Yeah.
Right, yeah, totally. I forgot that he also plays Lures and the Abyssal Eye.
All right.
Yeah, totally correct.
My set here is about to come in big.
Yeah, and this is where this hand all of a sudden is like next level. The nuts.
Yeah.
You devour one? Of course, take it. Take it. I have plenty.
Oh yeah, I do the Poro emote. Yeah. Right. It's an easy snap Poro emote spot. So now I'm thinking like I'm doing the classic like Karina players thought pattern of do I play my Ledros or do I play my Karina? It's that meme with the guy sweating over the red button. It's like, oh god, do I Ledros or do I Karina? Like, ooh man, it's decision time. Yes, and I decide to Ledros like I always do, except for that one time where I didn't.
Yeah, that when Karina rolls for 1, right?
Yeah,
Immediate punish.
that one felt kind of bad.
Yeah. So here you have a decision, right?
Yes.
Do you get excited the fish? And you actually, it's not even a decision because your opponent represents lethal on board out of nowhere.
No, I have to.
What do you mill? I think you...
I kick Elise because
right?
I can never play her. She's a 2-unit mana. I'll never ever have that.
Yeah. This game's not going to go more than 3 rounds, yeah. Or not going to go more than 2 rounds, rather. Ledros on your next turn, Karina finishes.
Well, but after that, it's a Ledros, and after that, it's a Ledros. You'll never have 2-unit mana.
That, yeah. So you block the big fish. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's actually like I don't know. I feel like this sort of situation is a consequence of the Karina deck. I don't know. I really don't like this deck that much. Some people were saying it's one of my higher oopsie ratio decks. I don't know. I definitely made a couple of loose plays. This deck just feels terrible. It doesn't feel cozy to me at all. I always feel behind. It's like here I feel behind. It's like you kind of always feel like you're on a draw.
It did seem like you were in a way above average like amount of tough spots though than you would usually be playing Karina.
Maybe.
Like oftentimes it's like the board states are just so decisive. Like you either find your Ruination or Karina his whole board and it's kind of obvious you win over the next 2 turns. But you had a lot of this like where your clock was about the same as your opponent's. And it was kind of a little bit of a race, right?
Like, this just feels terrible. This position feels every kind of bad.
Yeah.
It always feels bad. You're always on, like, a ridiculous draw, and you're just like...
But it's not that hard. Like, opponent... Like, Pokrovac plays 0 Nexus damage and 0 glimpses.
Double grasp. I feel good here. And it's a snap double grasp. I mean, obviously, if the atrocity is a consideration, then maybe I think otherwise, but probably can't respect it either way.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, you really can't. It's so cozy. Yeah, the 0 atrocity.
Yeah, the deck made decision making so much easier. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I played the wrong Ledros. I remember. I realized right away afterwards, but I played the Ledros the opponent couldn't see. That was an oopsie. It's never gonna make a difference, but it's blatant enough to call it an oopsie. Just because, even though it won't make a difference, it's so blatant.
That's fair. It's in a tournament that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Giving away free information. Yeah, that should be it. That should be a game, right?
No, you like grasp or something, right?
I don't quite remember the finish on this.
It involves me top decking it out of Vile Feast.
Was that this game? That was yeah, of course.
It had to have been this game. Yeah, this is the only game.
Right. He grasps right. Pokrovac had this decision because you do run 1 glimpse, right? Does he want to grasp your Karina or does he want to grasp the 1 fish? Like, he can't really grasp Nautilus because it only heals for 2. He can't really grasp the Dredgers because you could have Wild Feast. So the fish is one of his ways of actually winning the game, though, right?
Yeah.
Because he does need 2 minions to actually... Okay, now that he played that card, still, it would play around Wild Feast. Because if you have any source of healing, he needs 2 minions to connect. You have the Thermal Beam.
And he had to have made the right call, right? Like, you have to grasp there.
The grasp on Karina, we discussed it at the same moment. We all agreed it is correct because Glimpse is a one-off.
If Glimpse
was
How
good are 2 or 3
Yeah. Okay. 2 Glimpse. Listen, nobody loves Glimpse more than me. Nobody looks at Karina deck and says, gross, when they see 0 Glimpse more than me. But, okay, yeah, 2 Glimpse. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Shadow Isles decks just not run Glimpse, and it always doesn't make sense to me. Like, I've seen like Spooky Karma cut Glimpse, and I'm just like, why? And I see like Karina cut Glimpse, and I'm also like, why would you do that? I just don't get it. I mean, he had the one of Grasp that kept us in the game. We rolled the what is that, like something like an 85 that doesn't kill him on the spot. I think it's like 15 to hit a 5 roughly.
You had a lot of outs though. Any kind of healing, right?
Or damage.
Vengeance would have done it.
Yeah, Mystic Shot. I mean, anything.
Any damage, yeah.
My entire deck is actually outs here. But anyway, this game closes out. Is this Karina a misplay? Did he have like a Vile Feast up?
If he has Vile Feast, Karina's definitely the better play.
It's just
if
like...
you do the math yourself, and her rolling for 0 is like what?
4 or 5%.
For 0, it must be like something. Were you serious?
Yeah,
you said
4 or 5%, I think.
Okay. I thought it would be like below 1.
The casters were confused, thinking you played Karina to BM, but his list runs Feast, right?
Yeah, it plays around Vile Feast. Like if I recall correctly, the last time you said it, you said rolling for 1 is 15%, for 2 is.
The rule of thumb is that 2 and 5 are 15 each, and 3 and 4 are 25 each.
You said 35 last time, which equals out to 100 overall.
No, yeah, it is 35. It is 35. You're right.
Yeah, so I do think rolling for 0 with the.
Yeah, maybe that's
like
right.
It has to be 1% or even below.
Yeah, it's really, really, really low. They realized it was the correct play. They discussed it for like 5 minutes, and then chat convinced them Karina was better. Anyway, we get into the next game here. This one was kind of pog. Again, we play a clean Bannerman game. I am 0 oopsie on Bannerman. It's crazy. I think. Did you see anything in this game?
Let's have a look. I did have a look at Mulligan, but I'm sure you did fine.
Yeah, Mulliganing and Bannerman is like, silver level.
The funny part is that Badger Bears and Rangers are so strong, and some of the spells that Demacia has gotten, that like pre-launch, not having a 1 and 2 drop was often just an auto loss.
Yeah.
Right now, it often doesn't matter at all. Look at your hand. Yeah. You have everything.
You just got beef now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred the Badger. No, wait, it's his attack. Yeah, no, I think this is actually close. I think I still would have preferred the Badger though. Then again, he plays so little removal that Fiora win condition is a real thing.
Wait, what could Badger possibly do here? I guess maybe I'm not thinking enough turns ahead.
Just the bigger minion so that Thorny Toad cannot like take a value block or 2 for 1 block. Then again, Fiora can obviously just trade with the 2-1.
Like, because I'm always rangering and attacking on 4, so Fiora stops him from like getting a good block against Ranger with his 2-1, right?
Yeah, but if it's a Badger, like he also doesn't get a good
4.
block. I feel like most of the time, if you just play for tempo, you just play like literally. It's the most simple game plan ever. Just play your big dudes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one oopsie. One Bannerman oopsie all tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it an oopsie though, because he barely runs removal, and like I said, Fiora win condition is actually a thing in this matchup. Not even gonna lie.
There's no way it's worth not playing a 4/4, right?
That might be true. Like I would have played the 4/4. I just say like you have a point.
I'm gonna call that an oopsie. I'm not gonna be easy on myself.
Okay, that's fair. Why it might be more of an oopsie is his turn 4 plays are either gonna be Beast Below or Maokai, both 4 health units.
Yeah. It turns out like when in doubt between your 3/3 and your 4/4. We covered it earlier too. Like I said, just play the 4/4. Like 3 hours ago. That's just
pretty obvious and straightforward, but yeah, that's how it. That's the math.
I don't know, man. It's like playing Bannerman is just really difficult. It's like 3/3, 4/4. Sometimes it's like people say it's an easy deck, but there's some real depth to this decision making.
Wait. Last turn, did you not scout attack? Oh, right, because he could have sacrificed the 2/1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly though where you would have preferred to have the Badger Bear. I think that would have enabled you the scout attack.
Oh yeah, that's why it's gotta be an oopsie.
Yeah. There you go.
Just play the 4/4. It's like it's so simple. Just play the bigger dude. Like so here, this is actually the big decision point. This is the big decision point. So there's two big play lines here. Hang on, I have to be right back. But you can explain to chat the big decision point.
Okay, so what I said is the decision is playing a Lancer, challenging Maokai and delaying opponent's win condition, or dropping Cithria on your turn, getting in for damage already, dropping the second Cithria on his turn, and then open attacking with double Cithria.
Yes.
Which might very well end the game. I'm assuming that's what your
exactly. That's exactly right. This is a difficult spot. What would you do here?
Probably drop Cithria, just because, like, solely because of the fact that Pokrovac's deck has so little removal.
Yeah.
He cannot cast a Vengeance this turn. Him casting a Vengeance on the next turn is going to brick him out pretty much. And the Zaplings won't even be a problem as chump blockers if you have two Cithrias.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the objective.
Yeah, I like the play.
There's two play lines here, right? It's like you either kind of go long or you go short. You go for the value, you know, by slow playing it, or you just kind of commit to put them on like a 2-turn clock. And the part of the 2-turn clock involves open attacking to beat Vengeance. You have to open attack to beat Vengeance so that they can't Vengeance one of your Cithrias. If they kill one of your Cithrias before the attack, then the other Cithria gets blocked. You have the whole point. You have to devalue the chumps.
Yeah. Also, there's a very interesting dynamic here because Pokrovac will have the first action on this turn, and he might tap himself out of Vengeance mana. Which he does. You play Cithria, he cannot Vengeance anymore this turn. So he burned mana, right?
Yeah, he burned 1 mana last turn.
Okay. We'll explain that once we actually get to the game finish.
Yeah, that's good. So here, I mean, we're fairly committed to playing Cithria here, but there is still an option. The Brightsteel Protector means there is a chance to bail out now. I don't think that's really an option here though. We wish we had an extra trick. We wish we had like double repost or reposts plus Fury of the North or something. That would have been big.
It would be awesome, but you can't wish for everything.
So he takes the Jettison now.
So, Chad, keep in mind, like last time he burned 1 mana, and now he takes the Jettison and only has 2 manas left instead of 3 spell mana he would have had if he would have cast Jettison last turn.
Yeah.
So you're forced into riposte blocking here.
Yeah, he's threatening the 20, so we always have to take a riposte block.
He's also threatening to remove one of your cards with Vile Feast, right? To ping your barrier off.
Yep.
So I guess you take the Badger Bear block here onto the 7/7.
Yeah, it's a close one. I'm thinking about Badger Bear. It might be more necessary to do Garen. Is Garen 1 out of 2 right now?
Yeah, but the flip doesn't really matter. You're
I think if he has a Vile Feast, I don't think we can win, actually.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, right,
yeah,
right. Okay.
So at the last second, he pulls out. He's worried about the repost. He knows it's a 4 of in the deck.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I might be correct by Pokrovac.
It's fairly close. He's keeping his card up as a blocker.
Yeah, it kind of signals, though, that he does not hold Vile Feast.
I think that it was a misplay from his perspective, and I think it definitely contributed to this game's outcome.
Okay, you mean like knowing that you'll open attack this turn, he might have had
knowing that
to
it's my lose condition.
Okay, yeah, like not having any type of riposte, yeah.
So we're basically locked in here. If we open attack, we break Vengeance. That's really important. If we develop into this, we lose out like multiple blockers, which is really, really big. If we open attack, so he's running 0 Atrocity. We know we can tank down to 2. We know we're safe against Atrocity. He's running. You can look at my face. Look how weird. Look at my expression. I'm just like. I make really bullyable faces when I'm tryharding.
You can literally like see the steam engine running behind your forehead.
Yeah. We just have to play around every out.
Dude, your eyebrow game is strong.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Oh yeah. No,
How many math
you have no idea.
Are you having?
Oh, I mean we're doing everything. Like odds for the 1 of grasp being out. Fact that he doesn't have like Riptide plus Vengeance. I mean, obviously it's usually rough odds, but as long as you're within like 5%, they're gonna be effective.
Wait, do you want to pause right here?
Yes, I do.
So chat, the big oopsie by Pokrovac, which looks very small, but we did mention earlier, like jettisoning one turn earlier would have enabled him to have one more spell mana here, and he did hold a Vengeance in hand. Like, he literally would have won that game if he didn't, if he hadn't burned that one spell mana.
Yeah.
So the only thing we're scared of is second Riptide at this point, and maybe the one-off Grasp, but we're not in a situation anymore where we can play around it.
Yeah, the one-off Grasp, absolutely.
Yeah, so, or did he play that already? I don't quite remember. I think not.
Didn't.
But,
and he didn't toss it either.
Swim kind of goes for the correct, like, we're not in a situation where we can play around anything. We've already committed the lethal here.
We committed to this play like 3 turns ago, basically.
Exactly.
As soon as we played the first Cythria instead of the Lancer, we committed to this entire series of plays. We always had to second Cythria, and we always had to open attack to beat Vengeance and try to kill him on the 2-turn clock, right?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm making sure that that situation hasn't changed. We lose to Grasp, and we lose to second Riptide. Or third Nautilus, I guess. Third Nautilus or first Grasp. And we beat any other hand state.
By the way, is that still the first Badger Bear from your Mulliganing hand?
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
that oopsie could have definitely cost us this game.
Especially since it did turn out to be so close.
Right.
But yeah, we're fortunate enough. Like, Pokrovac was on Vengeance. What cards was he on? I think he plays 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I think it was like
second Maokai and Jettison.
Right. Yeah. And Jettison, right. Yeah. And I think he realized in that very moment that having burnt that 1 mana actually cost him the game, which is very unfortunate for him, I have to say. Very rarely does this type of misplay have such a huge impact, but it did cost him either $5,000 or $10,000.
I just remember chat saying they remember Freak calling for the judgment and missing lethal here. Yeah, I watched this particular spot from the casters, and Freak was talking about judgment. I mean, the judgment was obviously the alternative. We couldn't have done it, but it's still like it is a consideration, and you still do have to be sure.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's just statistically knowing your opponent only has Grasp as an out realistically.
Yeah.
You just bomb it in there. And yeah, we're in the big money spot. We're in the grand finals here.
Yeah. I mean,
overall... And remember, this was the very moment where you DM'd me like, this TF deck blows. I was like, okay, congrats on your 15 grand, by the way.
Yeah, but that deck had like a 30% win rate.
And 2 bans by your strongest opponent, arguably.
Oh, man.